This is the second part of this video series. If you haven't seen the first one, it will be linked in the description down below and in a card up above. I have also changed the format just a little bit. Instead of just showing the initial screenshot of the ad, I've also added a lot more photos. That will be seen more throughout the video. I'm just getting through the original ones that I just screenshot the initial ad without going through all the individual pictures. But you'll be seeing that as the video moves along. Also, as I said in the first video, the term better than Terminator Cobras is subjective. Many of these cars are newer, more modern cars that people would consider to be better, but in the eyes of us that own Terminator Cobras or cars of this caliber, that's not always the case, but it's a nice title for the video, so I've kept it. And as you'll see, some of these cars are not newer, they are older, but it's interesting trades nonetheless for what people are willing to get rid of in order to get a Terminator Cobra. The first car for this video is a 1993 SVT Cobra. You don't see these come up for sale a whole lot, and even less you see them traded for an 0304 Cobra. I think in the eyes of most people, these are seen as more valuable than an 0304 Cobra, except for a few exceptions. But in this case, this guy, it seems as though he wants to get rid of his in order to get a newer Cobra. His post reads price post update $34,500, which I believe is what he's valuing his Cobra at as far as a trade towards a Terminator. And he says, very reluctantly posting my car for sale or trade. I'm wanting an 0304 Cobra, must be IRS. Coupe equal trade value, not interested in negative opinions. I don't think he got any on this post as I read through it. And there was more, but this goes back to what I said at the beginning. I didn't get all the initial info and all the pictures, but very, very beautiful car. I'm not sure what happened with this as far as a sale, if he sold it on the page or if he ended up getting a trade, but very beautiful Fox body for sure. Up next is another person who is leaving the darkness of Chevy and coming to the light of Ford. He is looking to trade for an 0304 Cobra. I have an 02 Z06. Thanks in advance. Please ask any questions. It's kind of weird because I've seen a lot of people that have left Cobras and gone towards Corvettes either around the same year or a few years newer, and they didn't look back. It's not too common where I see someone who has a Corvette, which is seen as a more, I want to say, it's definitely better handling, more well put together car than a Terminator Cobra. Definitely more track oriented if that's what you're looking for. But I don't see a lot of time where someone goes back the other way. And I'm not sure if he had a Cobra previously and is just wanting to go back to one now after having the vet, or if he's decided that it's maybe not what he thought it was and wants to get into a Cobra. But either way, I think it's a really nice Corvette, but he would be much better off with a Terminator Cobra, obviously. Up next is another Corvette. Since we already opened that door for this video, we might as well throw in another one. This one states, anyone interested in trading their 0304 Cobra for a built 09 C6 Z06, forged 427 by Texas Speed, A&A blower, a lot of other goodies, build done by East Coast, looking to trade plus cash on opposite end, priced at $59,999. At least it's not $60,000, so that's a plus because that would have been out of my price range, but $59,999, that's definitely doable. This is what I would consider a car that is a step above an 0304 Cobra. Maybe not in terms of production. I'm not sure what the numbers are for these cars. But in terms of most likely build quality and more modern, better handling type car. It's a 2009 Corvette. I mean, it's a very nice car. And for someone to be getting rid of this says quite a bit towards the 0304 Cobra as far as how much they're sought after and how well they're regarded and looked up to among even other brands within the car community. This one created quite a lot of comments. As you can see, there's 88 on here. Kind of surprised to see this put up for trade or for sale for Cobra, but I'll read through the description on it and then I'll give my thoughts on it. Looking to, I believe it's supposed to be possibly trade plus cash for an 0304 Coupe, 2022 Mach 1 6-speed handling package, elite package, 1,000 miles, 100K mile extended warranty, Ford X-Pipe, air filter are the only mods, ceramic coated as well, location in Savannah, Georgia. I can't say for sure what brought this up. I'm not sure why someone would go out and, obviously they were looking to get a Mustang. They bought a Mach 1 and within 1,000 miles they want to get rid of it and get an 0304 Cobra. I can't really wrap my head around what really happened with that. And when I was reading through the comments on this, a lot of the comments said just supercharge this car and you'll be happy. This by far is way better than a Terminator Cobra when it comes to modern technology and handling. If you fully build the IRS on a Cobra, which currently mine's being fully built, do upgraded coilover suspension, just do everything top notch, it will not even come close to what this Mach 1 will do as far as handling and performance on the track and stuff like that. So I find a real hard time trying to fathom why he would buy a car of this caliber and in just such a short amount of time want to unload it for an 0304 Cobra. Now, it may sound like I'm kind of digging at the Cobras a little bit. You know, being that I own one, I understand what they are. They're unrefined, they're raw, and they're just a whole other level than something like this. And part of that, that's the appeal why people want them. That's why I wanted mine. But it's a totally different mindset to get into a 2022 Mach 1 and then do a complete 180 for an unrefined and raw, totally crap interior of a Terminator Cobra. This one really surprised me, and I'm not positive what the outcome was in the end. As I said in the previous video, these wanting to buy or in search of posts are removed after a certain amount of time, but it did generate a lot of discussion and a lot of comments and a lot of people basically trying to talk him out of doing it, and I can't really disagree with too many people on that one. Now, if I can, I usually like to throw in something towards the end that's way out in left field, and this definitely fits that description, but this may not be as bad of a trade as what you would think, and I'll give my thoughts on that in just a second. But it states, I know this is a long shot, but I'm looking to trade my 2012 Bobcat E26 and my 2001 Ford E350 7.3 for a decent 0304 Cobra. I can give videos and more specs on both vehicles upon request. Mileage and being stock doesn't bother me. I'm roughly $25K just for the Mini or $28 to $30K trade value with the van. I'm not looking to add cash. Located in Inman, South Carolina. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are thinking the same exact thing that I was. Like, there's no way that anyone would ever trade a Cobra for these two items, a Bobcat and a van. But I think in terms of a business proposition, it makes a lot of sense. Or if you're looking to start your own business with small equipment for doing basic, yard type work and stuff like that, it actually makes a lot of sense where you could trade a car and basically start a business and make money to buy another Cobra later on. So I think overall, it's really not terrible, but I think it's a lot better than, people that just offer up like a regular truck, like a 2012 F-150 or something like that, just completely generic, plain Jane, nothing special, nothing built to it. This can at least add value and, give you profit down the road if, that's what you're looking to do. Now, I wanted to add something to the end of this video. I wanted to kind of do like a summary of all the vehicles that were presented in this video and give my opinion on, is there anything here that I would trade my Cobra for in order to get? There was quite a big span, everything from Bobcats and vans to Corvettes and 2022 Mach 1s. And of course, as always, 5.0 Coyotes that will find their ways into this video. But when it comes to things like the built Corvettes that were in this video, 2022 Mach 1, comes to any of those high caliber type builds, would I really consider trading my Terminator Cobra for one of those?
Nope.
I hope everyone did enjoy this video. I still have many vehicles in the folder for continuing series of this, and I'm always adding more as they pop up. There's actually another 0304 Cobra for sale page that I don't mod for, but I have been pulling stuff from there too, just because I want to be able to keep this series going and add more vehicles to it. I do have enough for part 3 and possibly a part 4, so I'll get to those videos in time. But I would like to know, has anyone ever offered you a trade for your Terminator Cobra or the car that you currently have, whether it's a Mustang or anything else, just any kind of trade that which was actually maybe quite fair, or maybe something that was really out in left field like a Bobcat and a van, even though it really wasn't that bad, honestly. But let me know down in the comments what you thought of the video in this series, and if you'd like it to continue, because I do have the content to keep this going, and they're kind of fun to do, just kind of like a different video to do for the channel. For those of you that are new here, subscribing would be greatly appreciated, and if you did make it to the end or from the very beginning, a like would be greatly appreciated. Subbing or liking is completely free, and I'm in great gratitude to anyone who does either one. I hope everyone did enjoy this video. I have updates on my Cobra coming soon. The IRS is being worked on very soon. The long tubes are going on at the same time. The way it's looking right now, I should be able to go down and record some stuff for the channel, which I haven't been able to do the previous years. But it looks like this time I may actually be able to do that. Go down to the shop, spend a day down there, film some content. So I'll have that to do as well. So stay tuned for that. And above all else, everyone, thanks for watching.